Welcome back, and today we will be introducing ourselves on Scratch to the pen extension. Basically, the pen extension is an extension from which you can draw with the sprites or you can stamp. So we can go on Scratch in our browser and then click create. Now we can go in the bottom left corner, there's a blue button, and click that. You can choose the second one. It says pen draw with your sprites. So now we can delete the default sprite. We can choose a sprite, let's say pencil. So we can set the size to 75, and if you see in the costumes there are two types of pencils. So I will choose this one, so we can go basically in costume, delete the one we don't want. Now to make it draw, we can like put when green flag clicked, and then go in pen. Then we can firstly take the command erase all and pen up. Then we can set the pen color to, we can choose a color from the stage. This part here is called the stage. So we can choose a color bright yellow. So now then we can set the pen size to 3 because it will be thin. And the spawn place for that, go in motion, set X and set Y to 0, 0. Now here to make it draw, we can go in pen and pen down. So now it will draw. To see the command, we can take pen space key pressed, then in motion we can go and we can move 10 steps. So this is just a basic function. This will not be the function we are going to use in the real project. This is just to test, is it drawing? Yes, it's drawing, but from the middle. So we'll fix that later. First we can make a move, like a professional move. So we can go in control and take the forever loop. Then if the if block, then we can go here in sensing and key up arrow pressed. And then in motion we can set change Y by. That would be 3. And now let's go through the code what we have coded so far. So when I click the green flag, the random position of the brush will be 0, 0. Even if I drag it here and I press the green flag, it comes back. So when I click green flag, it summons here. Then if you are drawing something, like I drew something, now all of this will be erased when I click the green flag. Erase all. And to give the command that it's not writing, means if I drag it here, if this pen up is missing, even if when I'm dragging, the stamp will come behind. So pen up means like you are writing with the actual pen. So when your hand is lifted, you don't write, and when you touch it with the paper, then you write. Then you set the pen color to your desired color. Set the pen size because it would be thin. Then for writing, you need the pen down. And now let's go to the move key. So forever, if the key up arrow is pressed, see if it's not in the forever loop, then it will only happen once. or it would not happen. So we have to put it in the forever loop. So like it's going to be a fluent action. So if the key up arrow is pressed, then change y by 3. So the y-axis, positive axis, the y negative axis, the x negative axis, and the x positive axis. So for moving up, we have to go in the y positive axis. So now we have to go down. So we can simply duplicate that, and instead of 3 we want to go in the negative axis, so that would be -3, and we can keep down arrow. So now we had to fix the problem that the ink is coming from like the center. So to fix that, we can go in costumes, then we can zoom out, control plus mouse scroll, then we can select all of it, just drag your mouse, and if you can see this plus like a center, you have to press the nib on it here. So now it's drawing from the nib. Now we can add a function to go left and right. So it will be different, so we can't duplicate this function. So we can go and if would be same, and the sensing would be same of key left arrow press. First we'll go with left. Then here instead of y it would be x. But there's a twist. Where you change the x by 3, see now the basic function, it will just go -3. So the basic function, like it would just, if you press left it will go like this. We want it to rotate while it's going left like this. So that would be cooler. We can point in direction -90 degrees. So now when I press left it's pointing -90. So here we can point in direction 90. So now when I press left it's pointing 90. And I can make a right block. Here I can use 3 -90. Here right arrow. So now you can draw with your sprite. Now we can make some more advanced functions like erase all of the drawing when we press the space key. So for that we can go in events. When the space key pressed, you can go up. When the space key pressed, erase all. So now I'm drawing. Now I'll press the space key and it's erased. So we can add another function like change the size. So we'll take the same function when key instead of space I, then we can change pen size by. Now I press I. The moment I press another button, the I function stops. So to fix that, instead of using this function, we can put it in the forever loop. So if I key I pressed, change pen size by 1. So now it keeps happening. like even if I am pressing the other keys, switch and keeps going. Earlier it was not like this. Now we want it to decrease size, so we can duplicate this. Instead of I, we can use J and -1. So now if I press I, it increases. When I press J, it decreases. Now I'll press J, decreases. We can add another function of changing color. So we can duplicate this. Instead of size, change pen color. Instead of 10, 1. Instead of J, we can keep W. Now it changes color. Now we want it to reverse color. So we can duplicate that. WASD. So we can use A and -1. So this project is only possible on a laptop or a computer which has keys. Or if you are using PictoBlocks, then there are extensions which you can control it from. Let's change color. So it's giving that rainbow effect. Wow. Now we can if we want to use the pen but we want to make an eye, we're making an emoji. So we want another eye here. But if we go across here, it's leaving a print. So to fix that, or to make a hide function, we can go and take two of these. Then we can use here instead of S, instead of A it is S, not A. Here it's going to be A. Here it's going to be D. So when A is pressed, it can pen up, hide, and when D is pressed, pen down. So when I press A, it's not stamping, and when I press D, it's stamping again. So now I can even you can't remember all the functions without seeing the code. To remember, we can draw another sprite. Then we can choose text. The default color is purple. We can put black. Then here we can write space is equal to. Then we can press enter. Then we can write WI is equal to size, or we can write and J is equal to W is equal to That's the instructions. We can't see space. And just drag this right here. So that are the basic functions. We can even hide this in like popular games which have this. They hide. So in costumes we can add hide. Then you. So these are the basic instructions. So to make H hide and you show, you can go in events when green flag clicked, show. And in events when you can take two of these, instead of space, the H. And instead of space here, we can keep U because that's what it says. Now in looks, here it's hide and here it's show. So now when I press hide, I mean H, it hides, and when I press U, it shows. So here, instead of writing U, I can make another sprite. I can text right here like U is equal, U is equal to show instructions, because if you don't remember which button shows them, so we can keep it here. In sprite 1, we can name it instructions. Here also, instead of 1, 2, so in instructions, in here we can delete this block. Here they can go in events, broadcast message, show instructions 2, and in instruction 2 can go when green flag clicked, hide, and when I receive, show instructions 2, show. And this someone places here. So let's try that out. It's hidden. The moment I'll press H, it will show. We didn't make a block. That if I press U, then I can show again. Instead of U, we can make it H only. Let's keep it U. Then here, then when key U pressed, then you can show. Then you have to hide. So let's check it out again. I press H, and when I press U, then I have to broadcast the message. New message, show instructions Now in instructions, when I receive show instructions, then we can show. Now let's see how does that work. The moment I press H, it hides. When I press U, it shows. It's like shortening the instructions. So that's all for today, and that for the basics functions, how to use the pen extension on Scratch. The next video will be advanced on this, or we can introduce Video Sensei. Thank you.